Hi there, I'm Matt. I'm just a normal, average, everyday dude. In fact, my friends say I live somewhat of a boring lifestyle, but I have a superpower. I kick some serious butt trading penny stocks. And I want to show you how to start kicking butt with penny stocks too. First, I'll share why it wasn't that long ago that my wife was really upset with me. And I'll share with you why she was so upset in just a second. Now, if you're anything like me when I was a new penny stock trader, you've had times where you weren't exactly excited about showing the results of your trading. And maybe you've even gone out of your way to hide your losses, whether it's deleting your emails with your monthly statements, doing whatever it takes to prevent the subject of your trading adventures from being discussed over dinner, or keeping close watch on your mailbox to intercept your monthly trading statements. Heck, maybe there's been times when your dog is the only one who really knows how much money you've lost with trading. Or perhaps you're convinced that every time you buy a stock, it seems to tank immediately. Or maybe between the pump and dumps, complex charts, and weird financial terms, you think that trading stocks is just too darn complicated for you. I want to show you some poker chips. See, penny stocks are a lot like playing poker. Sure, you can walk away from the table at times as a winner with some beginner's luck, but the best poker players are consistently able to walk away from the table as winners with all the money by being able to identify specific tells. These tells give winning poker players the signals they need to repeatedly make winning moves. And Wikipedia tells us all about exactly what a tell is. In fact, the stock market has dozens and dozens of tells that can lead you to explosive trades on penny stocks. Stay glued to this presentation till the very end, and I'll show you 3 of these very specific penny stock trading tells. These tells will expose how you can exit your next few penny stock trades with your pockets bursting full of chips, and have your friends and family chasing you down asking you, how did you do it? So you can firmly establish yourself as a winner in the exciting high reward game of penny stock trading. So how soon do you want to get started? Right now? Just a heads up though, I'll share 3 specific start to finish tells about how to make up to 712% short-term trading returns with penny stocks. And as you'll notice, this video is not being hosted on YouTube. I'm actually paying to stream this video out of my own pocket. So I may have to pull down this presentation soon and start charging folks a small fee to view it. Okay, so before I get into the penny stock tells, I'm going to share an embarrassing personal story about how I really ticked off my wife. It all took place during my early days as a penny stock trader. So, do we have a deal? You know what? I wasn't always the penny stock guru that I am now, with hundreds of testimonials from people who I've helped to succeed with penny stocks. Nor was I always an established publisher of content on financial sites like Seeking Alpha, Yahoo Finance, Google Finance, and others. My early days as a penny stock investor almost put an unbearable strain on one of the most important relationships I have. What relationship? My marriage. Here's how it all went down. After deciding I wanted to test the waters with penny stocks, I got my online trading account, my brokerage account all set up, and made a deposit of money into it. I was ready for the world of penny stocks, or so I thought. To be clear, I wanted to do more than just make money with penny stocks. See, there was just this little part of me that wanted to convince my wife that trading stocks was a realistic way we could better our lives. Specifically, I wanted to use the money I made from my trading to put a down payment on a brand spanking new 3,500 square foot house. I had good reason to want to buy my wife a new house too. See, I felt that my wife and kids deserved the very best, and I wanted to be the one that could give it to them. Do you know what I mean? However, the house we lived at in the time was, well, in the hood. That's an actual picture of the house we lived in at the time. More than once, we had front row seats to watch our local vice cops carry out drug raids on nearby homes. I knew I had to do something. I had to do something to get my family out of that neighborhood and into a house we'd be proud to call our own. It's really hard to feel like a good dad when you see drug dealers near where your kids are sleeping, right? All I had to do was come up with a nice chunk of money for a down payment on the new house. I thought I had it all figured out too. I figured what I needed was an edge over other traders that would launch me into the winner's circle. So I spent hours and hours online, must have checked out hundreds of penny stock services and so-called gurus. I thought I had found the one penny stock picking newsletter I could trust. I saw that their prior picks had ran up in some cases over 300%. At least that's what I thought. I was convinced I could make this penny stock trading thing work for me, because I would avoid playing duds from unreliable newsletters and sources, and only trade penny stock picks from what I consider to be reliable and dependable sources. Additionally, I watched several technical analysis videos and felt I was learning how to spot penny stocks about to break out. Visions of writing a check for a down payment on a new trophy house were already starting to flood my mind. I could picture sitting down to a nice dinner with my family in our spacious new dining room with custom hardwood floors. And then, after dinner, heading out to the backyard with my 3 sons and tossing the football. All this before I even placed my first trade. Before long, I was in the game. I had made a few trades using my technical analysis, and I actually had made some wins. Had some losers too. Overall, I was up just a little bit from where I started, but not nearly enough to close the deal on the new house. So I figured, the heck with it. The next time I made a trade, I wanted to hit a home run. The adrenaline that coursed through my body when it came time for that next trade is still a vivid memory for me. I clearly remember entering in my limit order to buy tens of thousands of shares within seconds after I got the email that said, "New stock pick." And this came from the newsletter I thought I could trust. Now, shortly after I placed that trade, my nerves started to rattle. To my delight, the stock started to move up, and I watched my account balance grow every time I clicked the refresh button inside my trading account. The stock finished that day very strong, and I felt the new house I so desperately wanted to buy my wife was finally within my grasp. However, the next day turned out to be a shocker for me, and I don't recall ever feeling like I did that day in my entire life. And here's why. I remember pouring a cup of my favorite blend of coffee that morning, Dunkin' Donuts Hazelnut, and then firing up my laptop. I eagerly punched in my user ID and password to my trading account, then I clicked that purple log on button. A heavy mixture of excitement and nervousness about what the outcome might be consumed me that morning. I wondered, if things went against me, maybe I'd have to take a small loss, or if it went my way, maybe I'd double my money and make 100% that same day before the closing bell. But what I saw next had me wondering if I was seeing some sort of glitch, if there was something wrong, terribly wrong with my trading account. My portfolio page proceeded to shout 2 horrifying numbers at me. Negative 50%, negative $8,000. Why was the stock falling so hard? What was going on? I pulled up my charts and watched in horror as the stock showed no sign of recovery. As I watched the stock crash, it felt like the dream of our new house was being ripped out of my hands. I started to fear not just losing 50%, but all of my money on this horrible trade. So I went ahead and booked my loss and clicked the sell button. I wondered, how was I going to tell my wife about this? The thought crossed my mind, should I hide this huge loss from my wife? Did I need to intercept the next trading statement before she could see it? How would I quickly change the subject the next time she asked about my trades? $8,000 down the drain. Overnight? Was she going to think of me as some sort of reckless gambler? This was a disaster, not just for the stock, but also for my trading account balance. The dream I had to buy my wife a new house. And worst of all, my hero status in the eyes of my wife. See, she simply believed in me. Now, how was I supposed to break the news to her that she wasn't going to get that house she so dearly deserved? What I discovered was that the penny stock newsletter that I had so thoroughly trusted switched out the new stock pick they released the next day. They usually stayed with a new stock pick for weeks, so the result was disastrous. I didn't want to start hiding stuff from my wife. That's not how I wanted our marriage to be. So, after mustering up enough courage to tell her about the devastating loss I took on that trade, enough to cut my trading account in half, it was time for me to take a step back from trading. And, looking back on it now, I'm glad I had to take that big loss, because it served as a turning point for my penny stock trades. And now I was more determined than ever to become successful with penny stocks. I still had a chunk of money left to trade with, but I had to figure out this whole penny stock trading thing before I even touched another stock. And during that time off from trading, I realized the edge I thought I had was just a figment of my imagination. I spent seemingly countless hours studying the tactics of successful traders. I even read their books. I looked at their trade histories, studied hundreds of chart patterns on technical analysis. I looked at what types of news releases sparked big moves in stocks until one particular moment, it all started to click for me. What I realized was that stocks that presented big opportunity always, and I mean always, left some sort of clue. And you could also call these tells the same way we talked about poker earlier. I realized that in order to start winning consistently with my trades, I needed to do a careful evaluation of what exactly these penny stock tells are. Or in other words, what tells would serve as good buy signals the next time I considered making a trade on a stock. See, I realized that winning with penny stocks was a lot like winning with poker. Poker players that consistently walk away with all the chips and with all the money do it by being able to spot all the tells other players can't spot. These tells put the odds in their favor. So I set out to create a clear-cut process to identify the specific penny stock tells that could help me balloon my trading account in short order. I weeded through many different scenarios and discovered a specific short-term trading formula, or you could say short-term trading tells, that help me win time and time again with my penny stock trades. I use these tells almost every day, and it allows people like you and me to regularly extract sums of cash from penny stocks. This is cash that you can use however you want to use it. Pay off debt, pay car payments, take the wife on vacation. Buy that thing you've been wanting for a while now, but you just haven't had the extra cash to buy it with. Some of the things you'll be able to do with this formula, you'll be able to take a small amount of cash, say $1,000 or less. You'll also be able to find penny stocks that are primed and ready to make a big move, sometimes over 100% in a short period of time, and know almost exactly when to pull the trigger on the buy and sell button. It's so important. The most convenient way I reward myself after I use this formula of these penny stock trading tells is by using this pretty little debit card. And don't worry, because you'll get the chance to use your own debit card with your trading money as soon as you learn this formula as well. Now, I'm kind of a boring guy, so the way I like to use my trading account debit card is to buy my gas. This way I kind of, I figure it's free gas. Now, you may want to use your debit card for something more exciting, and that's totally cool. Maybe a car, vacation, tuitions, whatever. And you know what? I'm bursting with anticipation to share all the details of just 3 of these tells with you. But first, I must share with you the real problem we face as penny stock traders. And despite what other gurus might be shouting at you, if you've lost money with penny stocks or just don't know where to begin, it most definitely is not your fault. See, what I've discovered amounts to nothing less than a loosely constructed conspiracy to separate eager penny stock traders from their hard-earned money as quickly as possible. Now, as you can tell from my early experiences as a penny stock trader, if we're flying blind, the deck is stacked against us. And when we're flying blind, there's no way we can spot those tells that make all the difference. We truly are the little guys when we start out as penny stock traders. And we're plagued by one big factor that sets us up for failure: lack of information. I mean, when we first start out as traders, if we're honest with ourselves, we really don't even know where to begin, do we? And when we search for information online in an effort to satisfy our craving for penny stock information, we tend to sit down at tables with others who are just a bit too sneaky for us. Stock promoters are amongst the craftiest of those who want to take our money. We go ahead, we join their quote-unquote free email newsletters because they offer to fill the void and promise to give the information we need to make money with penny stocks. While in reality, all the promoters offer us is bogus information while they make all the money. Isn't that just, unfair? See, basically promoters pump worthless penny stocks while insiders, the people who pay the promoters, dump these stocks. This leaves the eager, optimistic, little guy penny stock trader like you and me with a big loss. Like in my case that I shared with you, when I lost $8,000 overnight. Heck, you've probably already been bombarded with advertisements from paid stock promoters. This certainly is not your fault. The same way that professional poker players have an advantage over rookie poker players, stock promoters take advantage of newbies. To put it plainly, it really just sucks. Now that you know the problem, that the reason you're losing with penny stocks is due to a lack of information and being taken advantage of by stock promoters, let's dive into the solution. I have 3 specific penny stock tells or strategies or whatever you want to call them. I call them awesome because they help me make money with penny stocks, and I'm going to share them with you today. And actually, I'm going to share them with you right here in this presentation. So I highly recommend that you grab a pen and paper right now to write all these down. Are you ready? Awesome. The first of these tells is the uplisting tell. Now, when I say tell or strategy, I basically mean information. See, information is what causes stocks to move in one direction or another. Example, when a stock is about to uplist to a bigger exchange, i.e. from the OTCBB, which is where most penny stocks trade, to the New York Stock Exchange or to the Amex exchange, consider buying that stock for a trade. Now, not that long ago, ONVO moved up over 100% in about a week's time, and BCCI moved up over 700% after releasing news about an uplisting. Now, I'll let the chart do the talking on ONVO. You can see here I've made a note that savvy traders could have seen that ONVO released their filings which mentioned the impending uplisting in June. But it wasn't released in a news release until July, which is when the stock had a huge move of over 100%. So you can see, if you would have been looking for this, you could have found it. You can scan through these news releases each morning to spot these types of uplisting announcements. These uplisting announcements don't happen very often. According to my research, they only occur 8 to 10 times a year. But isn't it awesome that you can use this strategy to find big winners at least several times a year? So how are you liking the penny stock tells so far? How'd you like the first one? Are you ready for winning penny stock strategy number 2? Okay, it's the sympathy tells. If you can spot a penny stock moving over 500% in a short period of time, look for other stocks in that sector to start moving as well. Example, when LEXG moved over 2,000%, other penny stocks in the lithium sector started to move over 1,500%. But see, it took a few days. So if you knew what to look for, you could have spotted the sympathy tells and cashed in big time on other stocks in the same sector. Now, don't kid yourself, there's no way to predict a move like LEXG had. However, you could have used these sympathy tells to spot LTUM weeks before it had a huge gain of 1,500%. You can see here on the chart in the notes that I've made, the opportunity was there for people that had the presence of mind to notice the sympathy tells. Now, does the next sympathy tell sound like a scenario you'd like to be made aware of? Would you like to know the next time a stock is moving like LEXG and there's other stocks in the same sector that could be ready to model that move? Okay, the third critically important winning trading technique. Now, I want to warn you, if you don't use this tip, you may be leaving a new car, a boat, or paid for college tuition right there on the table in front of you. And tip number 3 is this. Big dog tells. Now, I want you to familiarize yourself with people who have a lot of followers. Some might even have their own TV show. Now, when they positively mention a penny stock, it will likely have a big move. I noted a popular stock picker mentioned shares of a stock that were trading at $2.30 early one morning, and by the next day, the stock had hit $3.23, simply due to the fact that he recommended it. Let's take a look at the chart of that stock. The stock was RSH, or Radio Shack. You can see here on the chart I've made a note of when the stock was mentioned by a guy named Jim Cramer on CNBC one morning. Right here at $2.30 a share. And then boom, the stock moved all the way over $3 by the time the closing bell sounded the next day. A pretty nice move in a short period of time. Now, you know what? If you were just to use these specific strategies or these specific tells that I've shown you, I bet you could do extremely well with your trading and hit winner after winner after winner. Don't you think? Well, you know what? I have many more of these stock trading tells that I could teach you. However, the time it would take to teach you all of them would, well, seem like an eternity. And some of the big dog poker players I track, over 30 of these gurus, can sometimes have penny stock hands that are very tricky to read. So, how would you like me to sit down beside you and spoon feed stock picks to you that I find using the strategies that I just showed you? Just do what I do. Not just those strategies though, but many more that have molded me into a consistently winning player at the game of penny stocks. That would be like me sitting down at the poker table with you and whispering into your ear all the tells that I see other poker players showing. Except these tells would give you the exact details on when to buy and sell penny stocks. How helpful do you think that would be for you? Pretty darn helpful, or should I say profitable, right? Now, let's take a sneak peek into my trading account. Can you imagine what it would feel like to log into your trading account and show something like this to someone you love? Look at this performance. This is what penny stocks can do. Compared to the NASDAQ, I'm blowing away the returns that you can get just by putting your money in a boring ETF. Or to confidently walk out to the mailbox and rip open a monthly trading statement that looks something like this. Imagine how other people would see you after you show them results like this, no matter who it was. It wasn't that long ago I was staying at my dad's house and I logged into my trading account. My dad happened to catch a glance of my screen and asked, "What's that, Matt?" I answered him and said, "Dad, that's my trading account." And I'll never forget, as long as I live, the look of pride on my dad's face that day. No doubt, money from profitable trading is awesome. It really is. However, it's really just something that naturally comes after we win at the high stakes game of trading, isn't it? These stocks I showed you were great, huh? What I didn't tell you about was the amount of time involved in digging up these types of trade. It really takes a lot of work. And sometimes I run a bit low on sleep to find them, but it always ends up being worth the extra work and time. Now, if you're anything like the 9,000 plus people who have at some point subscribed to my service in the past, your time may be a bit stretched already. And maybe, just maybe, you'd like to know about the next big move in a penny stock before it occurs. I'd like to introduce you to my very own Microcap Millionaires Penny Stock newsletter. And it gives you the advantage you need to finally start your own journey towards success and winning with penny stocks. Now, this one-of-a-kind penny stock buy and sell alert newsletter will work for you even if you have no trading experience or a lack of knowledge, a small amount of money to start with. Even if you don't even have a brokerage account open yet, I'll help you with that. If you have a limited amount of time available, that's no problem either. If you live outside the USA, that's not a problem for most of the stocks we play. If you have lost money in the past on penny stocks, that's okay too. No extra money for expensive trading software, you're good. Or even if you think you've tried everything. Now, let me quickly tell you what Microcap Millionaires Penny Stock Newsletter is not, just so you know exactly what you're about to experience. This is not yet another stock picking robot or magic stock picking software or some kind of software gizmo that just promises you everything and doesn't deliver. And I'm also not some kind of penny stock promoter shilling as something he's not. I don't promote stocks. You've been lied to enough. It's time for a solution that works without the trumped up promises from shady stock promoters that separate you from your money. Rather, Microcap Millionaires is the result of over 6 years of analyzing the most profitable penny stock price explosions in the history of the US stock markets, as well as close observations of penny stocks that no doubt sent many unsuspecting penny stock newbies into the poorhouse. I'm going to help you avoid these bad trades. And also creating a clever solution to the common problem of not knowing when to buy and when to sell. And now, starting today, you can position yourself to benefit from the next penny stock alert that comes from my newsletter. The successful penny stock trading techniques that I studied successfully give you the freedom to easily make a few penny stock trades every 1 or 2 weeks, knowing the whole way through exactly where my clear-cut buy and sell prices are. All the while, your bank account and trading account balance potentially grows into a sum of money that has the potential to drastically alter your current financial scenario for the better. And you lay claim to the taste of victory with your trades. Even if you've never bought a stock before in your entire life. But before we go any further, it's only fair that I be 100% upfront and absolutely honest with you. If you're looking for some big promise about one stock that will be your ticket to the big time, or some other wild claim from some self-professed guru who has quote-unquote cracked the code to achieve penny stock success that you already know will never ever work for you, if that's what you want, then please leave this page now. Microcap Millionaires is a service for folks who are ready to put aside fantasy, yet still want the most exciting way to grab their slice of the penny stock riches pie. In short, there's really no easy answers here, yet I've made penny stock trading for average folks as easy as it possibly can get. So if you're wanting to take the real advantage to start chalking up amazing wins with penny stocks, I'll tell you exactly what to expect. And if you finally want to put an end to the endless string of losing penny stock trades and get the added income flow that comes from consistently profitable trades, income that you can use basically for whatever you want, without having to be glued to your computer for hours on end, then the Microcap Millionaires Penny Stock Newsletter is not just a stock picking newsletter for you, it is the only penny stock service for you. Check out this testimonial I got from a subscriber of Microcap Millionaires. This is from a guy named Ashton. He subscribed to my newsletter. He only stayed with me for a few months, as a matter of fact, and he told me in an email that he used the profits from my stock picks to buy himself a new Jeep. How cool is that? And another. This guy used the profits he made from my stock picks to take a vacation with his wife and family. Let's take a look at what you receive with your membership to Microcap Millionaires Stock Picking Newsletter. You'll get access to Microcap Millionaires Feature Picks. Now, feature picks are stocks that I plan to hold on to for 1 to 8 weeks with clear buy and sell price targets. Take a look at the chart of this feature stock pick. Now this one did extraordinarily well and even blew well past our exit prices. Now this doesn't happen with every pick I make, but this is an awesome example that I'd like to show you of a feature pick. From $2.80 to our exit price and beyond. Also, long-term picks. These are stock picks that I predict 3 to 12 month uptrends on. These are stocks that you can be comfortable holding while your trading account dollar balance grows. No high stress, glued to the computer day trading to worry about here. I'll issue a new long-term pick as soon as my strategies identify a stock with all the right clues. My long-term picks are stocks that have been overlooked by Wall Street and are poised for powerful multi-month uptrends. This includes my exact strategy for buying and selling these stock picks, which aims to let you squeeze every last drop of profit out of these trades. A great example of a long-term pick is PAMT, just before it had this big uptrend at $4, and it moved all the way up to $21 a share in just a few months. My ultimate goal for long-term picks is for you to live your life while you rack up low maintenance, high impact winning trades. Now, for my short-term trades, these are stocks that are in sweet spots and are ready for nice short-term moves of 10 to 50%. Now, we're usually in and out of these stocks within 3 trading days. I have found that our win rate with these stocks is a shocking 70%, at least so far. Now, they provide us with a great adrenaline rush for a quick fix of trading wins while holding our other longer-term stock picks. An example of a short-term trade alert. Here's the actual real-time alert I sent to my members. And you can see here with the timestamp the gain that was involved with this particular trade. Short-term trades allow you to quickly rack up trading profits and enables you to have enough quote-unquote dry powder to pounce on the next short-term pick. So it stays interesting, it never gets boring. Short-term trades are great because the stocks are liquid. You can use a large amount of money and sell without liquidity problems. You'll also get my super popular sub-penny stock picks. These picks are the source of some of the most crazy email testimonials I get from my subscribers. People almost fall out of their chairs when they see that a stock can go from 001 to a penny. That's 1,000% gain. The thrill that comes along with hitting these big wins on sub-penny stocks is almost, well, like an addiction you can't get enough of. You'll be able to see what I mean after you have the opportunity to jump in a sub-penny pick like others that I have alerted in the past. Like this one, HBRM had a tremendous move just days after I alerted it and then continued to move higher. With Microcap Millionaire sub-penny stock picks, you have the chance to turn a small amount of money, say $100 to $500, into multiple thousands. Sub-penny stock picks may give people that extra cash infusion into their bank accounts that allows them to buy cars, take vacations, pay for tuitions, all that good stuff. So, if you think about it, it's really like getting 4 incredible penny stock services for just one low price. You'll get access to my new stock pick alerts and updates 3 times a week via email, as well as having access to a 24/7 available, password protected, members only area. So there's no way you can miss out on any of my stock picks. Remember, all of these stock picks come complete with both my buy and sell or entry and exit price recommendations. So you aren't left in the dark as to how to both start and finish your trade on every penny stock I issue. In fact, I often hear back from new members of my newsletter about how things are starting to go great for them just a few days after they join. How soon would you like to start seeing some awesome results from trading? It's amazing that real people like you and me with no formal stock trading education are seeing and experiencing results like these. Look at these 2 screenshots from my trading account. This is what's possible with penny stocks. These kind of profits. You can use this money to become debt free. You can use this money to take that vacation you've been wanting to take. You can get those toys you want for yourself, for your family. Pay off those stacks of unpaid bills that keep nagging at you. Now, you might think that a penny stock service that can do this much for you would cost a pretty penny. I'll get to the price in just a moment. First, I want to share a few other very unique benefits of this one-of-a-kind penny stock service. You'll also be receiving access to my exclusive stock trading strategies that can teach you profit-generating trading techniques in just minutes. Turning a few $100 into several thousand is not only beneficial to you financially, it's also the thrill of a lifetime. I've proven that penny stock trading can and should be immensely profitable, and I want to share this success with you. Important, I'll constantly be on the lookout for more and more penny stock trades to bring to your attention so that your money can keep growing indefinitely. Yet, you're not just immediately reserving your membership slot to Microcap Millionaires today. Just for watching this presentation, I'd like to give you free of charge this value add bonus to help you start cashing in with penny stocks even faster. This is a bonus report called the Reverse Merger Strategy. It has a value of $97. And what it does, it allows you to identify penny stocks that are on the verge of moving up to 10,000% in just a few weeks. Now, you can see why the Microcap Millionaires stock picking newsletter is very fairly valued at $299 a month. Even without the bonuses, this is a steal. You can make $299 on your first trade. And if you bought the bonus by itself that I just mentioned, your total investment today would be $97. However, just for watching this presentation today, I have a much better deal coming your way. Just keep watching, as it won't last much longer. Of course, you could just choose to continue on the path you're on right now and miss out on 5, 10, even more stock picks that could change your life for the better in the very near-term future. And let's not even begin to talk about how things are not likely to change for your financial outlook a month, 2 months, even a year from now, unless you take action to reap the rewards of trading successfully. And that's most definitely not what I want for you. So let's make this a really easy decision, okay? To think that people who just a couple weeks ago didn't even know where to begin are now rapidly beginning to build massive amounts of wealth with penny stocks compels me to have a specific mission in mind with regards to my service. My mission is called the $10 million Challenge. I want to keep a running tally of all the penny stock profits my subscribers make until we reach $10 million. My mission for you specifically is for you to achieve a level of financial freedom from trading. I'll let you define what financially free may be. It might be something as simple as having some extra money every month to do the things you want to do, but can't due to cash being very tight. Or it could be the high calling of becoming a full-time stock trader or investor, and finally telling your boss to take this job and shove it. Or maybe something in between, such as keeping your current source of income, your job, your business, what have you, and using my stock trading buy and sell alerts to steadily build a monstrous pile of cash. Or maybe it's just to see that look of admiration on a loved one's face, the same way my dad looked at me when he saw my trading account. And remember that house I wanted for my family? Well, we finally got it. Because there really is a bigger picture here. And you can see some pictures here of the inside of my new house. And this is a picture of me and my wife. See, I've come to realize that folks who have more than just enough money to get by often are happier, more fulfilled people than the people out there who are just struggling to make ends meet. Not to mention how much better off families would be if they just had one extra financial resource to tap into. That's why you won't be paying the regular price of the Microcap Millionaires newsletter and all the bonuses I mentioned, which is well over $250. Nope, not even close. Your total investment today, which includes a membership to Microcap Millionaires and the bonuses I mentioned, is now not $299 a month, not $199 a month, not even $99 a month. You'll get a full membership to Microcap Millionaires for just $49 a month. Simply look below and click the Order Now button to join right now. Listen, don't decide right now. You might be wondering, well, what if I want to cancel my subscription? Will it be a huge hassle? Listen, I only want you to stay as long as you want to stay. If you ever want to cancel, just send me a quick email and I'll handle it for you. That's my promise to you. So, if you're not fully able to cash in on my stock picks in the way that you expect, or you decide that my newsletter is simply just not for you, just let me know and I'll make sure you are not billed the $49 monthly charge ever again. Look below this video right now and click the Order Now button to claim your heavily discounted price now. Take a look at a few more testimonials from satisfied subscribers of my Penny Stock newsletter. You can see the tremendous results average people are having simply by following my stock picks. You'll soon get the opportunity to join these folks who have sent me back their testimonials that speak of tremendous stock trading success. Plus, if you act before this presentation ends, I'll toss in a one-of-a-kind super bonus worth over $97 just in and of itself. It's called the Penny Pump Finder Strategy. This is a very unique strategy to profit big time from penny stock promotions. Just one successful trade with this strategy could net you hundreds in trading profits. Like this one. On GNIN, this was a promoted stock, and the Penny Pump Finder strategy identified this stock before it had a huge rise. Look at this chart. It's amazing. And also, it would have taught you to get out before the stock crashed. So it'll teach you a way to sort of, get back at the stock promoters who have led you into bad stock trades in the past. So this brings your total value to over $300. Yet today, if you act now, it's all yours when you join and make your first monthly payment of just $49. Oh, and if you decide to cancel, you can keep all these bonuses as my way of saying thanks just for trying out my service for a month. Remember, it's not just a great deal that you're getting today. You'll be joining in with a community of other like-minded folks who want to better their lives and achieve financial freedom through penny stock trading. Click on the Order Now button below and claim your heavily discounted monthly subscription offer, plus the bonuses I mentioned. So, here's what will happen when you click the Order Now button below. First, you'll see a checkout page that looks exactly like this. Then, after you fill in your payment details, click the Pay Now button. Then, you'll see me on the other side. And I'll show you an additional way you can potentially double your profits with my stock picks. Note, the first additional option you see after you fill out the secure order form is the most powerful way to maximize your profits as a member of Microcap Millionaires. Finally, you'll get your login and password details to the members only area sent directly to your email address within seconds after you complete the checkout process. So go ahead and click the Order Now button below, and I'll see you on the other side. It's that simple. Are you still here? Well, maybe you're wondering if Microcap Millionaires is for you if 1. You've never traded a stock before, or 2. You only have a small amount of money to start trading with. And my answer to both is, yes, yes, and yes. See, I do my very best to make everything understandable, even if you have zero trading experience. And starting out with as little as $100 to trade with is perfectly fine. So go ahead and click the Order Now button below to get started today. I'd hate for you to miss out on any of my new stock picks. So act now and click that Order Now button below. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you as a member of Microcap Millionaires. This is Matt signing off.